The greatest thing about Tanzania is the people.
Amen.
They just have so little, but yet they're so happy.
The kids in Africa make the whole trip. They are so incredible. Here in the United States, when you see children, they have their space. But in Africa, they don't know bubbles. They don't know what a bubble is. They are in your face, they're on your lap, total strangers. They'll come and hold your hand. They want you to go home with you.
Vasayo, for the first 4 years of their existence, has donated for over 110 clean water wells. Think about it, 110 wells. It's probably over 400,000 people now have access to free, clean water because of our partnership with Vasayo. What a tremendous blessing it has been. I think a lot of these people, they see these brand new wells pop up and they don't know where they come from until they look at that plaque. And so they begin to recognize Vasayo as having provided them this clean water at no cost to them. It provides hope for them that there's somebody that they don't even know somewhere in the world that cares enough about them to donate. And so knowing that somebody in the world cares about them enough to donate and provide that water, I think really instills within them the fact that they're not alone in this world.
We take babies in that have been abandoned, thrown out. We lose a lot of moms in this country. Moms die in childbirth at a really high rate. And if they don't have a father there to take care of them, most of the men can't take care of these babies.
In the almost 9 years that we have been doing this, we have helped about 350 babies. By the grace of God, we've been able to save almost all of them.
We've had babies dropped in latrines, we've had babies left in front yards, we've had them dropped on a porch.
Babies abandoned by the river, we've had babies abandoned in gravel pits, newborns with the umbilical cord still attached.
We had one that was dropped in an open pit latrine. They tell us he'd been in there probably almost 3 days, was almost gone. And he did have maggots in his ears. We had to take him down and have those out.
We had one little boy who had a number of broken bones, cuts and scars. You know, he was abused.
We've had him dropped on the road. We had one dropped on the road and they tried to cover him up. He was basically buried. Someone hurt him. Thank God they hurt him. One of our latest ones was 800 grams when we got him. Not even a pound. Smallest baby we had. We didn't think he would survive.
You should see that baby now.
So we take our groups over there to love on these babies. These babies have everything. They have food, they have shelter. The only thing they don't have is a mom and a dad. And kind of rips at your heart when you play with these kids. Sorry. But you see the love that these two people started and brought these kids here to rescue them and give them a chance at life. We love to take people there and to see and to feel and to hold these babies and love on them.
When we first moved out here and we didn't have water, we were buying water. Water is totally essential.
We were not aware of Vasayo and Hearts and Hands until my daughter met Verlin.
And she said, "What do you do here?" And he said, "Well, we dig water wells." Kim's eyes brightened up because we were buying this property and there's no water. The city does not come out this far with water. So you say water to us, we're like, whoa!
In our first meeting, when Verlin and I were discussing it, we just said, yeah, we're going to drill there. I've never been there, but just the spirit was so strong that we needed to provide this orphanage with clean water.
This came as a gift to us. It came as a free gift, you know. We didn't pay for that well. Someone paid for that well, and we thank them for that, you know, because we didn't have the money to drill that well, but we needed the water.
And he came and drilled that well.
It was a very difficult well to drill. It was during the rainy season, and it was a muddy mess, and they could only drill about an hour or two a day because the rest of the day it was pouring down rain.
And now we have fresh, clean water. It's an amazing thing.
So these babies get their formula a number of times a day because of that water. They put on clean clothes that have been washed in that water.
So when we have people like you guys who come and say, that's our mission, to bring water, I just bless God for you. I just pour blessings on you. We couldn't be here without water.
We say, well, that's a God thing, you know, because it brought together two organizations that are trying to do good in Africa. And what a blessing that has been. So how can we say thank you enough? We can't.
There are just no words to say thank you. But I love to tell people, you look at that little baby's face. You look at him taking his bottle with water that you drilled from a well, and that water in that formula, and that smile on that baby's face, that is your thank you. And you know, when you get to heaven someday, there's gonna be kids running up to you saying, you brought me water. You know, you couldn't come and hold me, but you brought me water.
Consumption of contaminated water is the #1 killer of children 5 and under in Africa, on the continent of Africa. And so it is a life-threatening thing that they live with on a regular basis. In their culture, it's the women who do most of the work. And so every morning it's the women that go out to get the water, and most of the time it's the young girls that they send out. And sometimes they're walking a mile or 2 or 3 to get to some water source, and most of the time it's not even clean, but it is a water source. And so these young girls are not in school. They're out fetching water for the family for the day. These young girls have very little chance of success in life without schooling. So when we're able to provide this clean water in the schools, we have seen that the attendance in these schools has increased sometimes up to 20, 30, 40%, because now these young girls are going to school and they bring the water home with them from school.
At home, do you have clean water?
No.
So what do you do about that?
We go far away from home, 5 hours.
It takes you 5 hours to get
Yes.
clean water?
Yes.
How do you carry it?
We use a wheelbarrow.
And it takes you 5 hours?
Yes.
It's a long distance. It's a long distance, so for the people who have no bicycle or cars, they walk in order to get it.
What do you do if you don't have time to walk 5 hours?
We buy. We buy in the roads expensive water.
The water is expensive. One bucket costs 100 shillings.
Water is everything, because you can't talk about life without involving water.
Without water, we cannot live.
Clean water is very, very crucial, very, very important to our life.
But the problem is paying the bill. Like in my house, I haven't paid the bill for three months, which is terrible. They're gonna stop me using water.
Sometimes we have got money, sometimes no money.
There's some people, they drink it dirty because the water is far or very distant from their home.
They get health problems like diarrhea, cholera, and other diseases. My friend got sick. He drank dirty water, and that water make him sick with malaria.
The challenge is paying the bill. When I hear about this project, I'm proud of it. Everybody was happy, very curious to know where this project come from and how they know that we are in need of water.
This project, it will save for the whole community. The students, as the students, will get this water from there. Our neighbors, they also will get it.
The water will help us. I'm so grateful for these guys.
We are so grateful. We are so happy.
Even me, I'm happy.
God will bless them, and they will be successful in their lives, and they will be better all the days. That is what I can say.
We are very, very thankful for them.
What they are giving us is something which is exceptional. So this comes from God. Yeah? This comes from God.
Thank you very much for coming to our school and bringing this project.
The only thing we can do for them, just praying for them.
I have nothing to say about this because it is beyond of my capacity. Having a big project like this in our school, and the aim of having the project is just to assist the members of the community. So that's why I say, Almighty God bless you all.
You are so wonderful people. I love you.
Named Martha, and she is just genuine. So Martha began a school where she houses, 20 handicapped students.
She took them into her own home, began to care for them and to really sustain their life just to start with, and then to teach them and to help them to learn and to grow and to experience life. But she has accomplished a miracle there, and she's been a part of that really without any help from the government at all.
I'm just giving children the right of being together and also education and food and shelter and the right of being happiness like anybody else in the world. Unaweza, 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 Bwana. Unaweza. I have my young brother who was mental illness, and he started to scream, to beat people with a stone and to walk around in the street, and he was beaten, he was getting wounded, he was raped, he was doing all those bad things you know. And I was only one in the family who could talk to him. So I just helped him until he died. And then I put vow in my spirit that, Martha, in my life, I will do something to help children with mental challenges. Now I have 20 kids, 10 girls and 10 boys. Some of the parents, they don't accept them. They feel like it's scarce. They feel like it's not theirs. So they just tried to hide them. When they come here, they have to learn some skills which it can help them to have income generating in the future. So I'm sure that there is one day they will go home or to the society, but with some skills.
Actually, I know Martha a couple years ago, before I met Hassan Hans in Vasayo. And I went there to her orphanage, and I found out the job she's doing to help the abandoned kids. But once I met Alan and Valin, Hassan Hans, I told them if they have chance we can see Martha. And then we went to her orphanage and met Martha.
She didn't have water. The pump that she had wasn't working and it wasn't repairable or something. And so she didn't have water, and that was one of her great fears. She talked about waking up every morning not sure how she was going to feed these children because she didn't have any water. You know, it's one of those times where you walk in and before you even really meet anybody, you just know that you're going to drill a well there. Because of the feeling, the spirit there is so powerful and so welcoming and so loving. It's like, yeah, we're going to drill here. And so we met with her, talked with her a little bit. She showed us around the school. We met some of her students. And then we told her that we were going to drill a well for her.
Who? Me? Here? I was just like, it was just like dreaming. I said, yes, I need that because how we get water from our wells there is so bad because we use fuel to take water from the well. And then we had some water which we have to pay. And it was tough for me. And I say, I really need this help. And I can tell you, this well here, it is not helping me alone now. It's just helping all of our neighbors. So all of them, I just welcome them. I say, you don't have to continue to take that water, and we have this miracle water here. So they just come here.
The kids that they have special needs, they got this help, and it's a very good thing. They're able to touch the soul of the special need kids.
I was so happy. And I remember I told Abdul, I will do whatever I can to help those people who come here to dig that well, to give them food. And they, instead of sleeping in the tent, they will sleep in the house. It's big help because children themselves now, they can pump.
She's very special. We are very proud to have her in the village. You need to have the special heart to do the work she's doing. And we wish all the best to her and those who are helping her.
For sure, I'm so grateful for these amazing people. We didn't expect that. You did good work, and you didn't do for yourself. You just do it because there is a big force in your heart to do so for the people. And this is what God did for the people, for the human. He created himself. So you are creator. You just create life in the world. I'm so happy to have you in my side. I love you. Well, thank you.
There's a building there that is kind of partially built and has been like that ever since I've been going there.
It's a multi-purpose hall. I started it and I depended on contribution to so many people to help me to finish. But it wasn't work because of the life now in the world. So it's just standing there and I'm just waiting for God to help me to find good people to help me to finish. And it's almost 20 million Tanzanian shillings just for roof. Just for roofing, yes. I can show you. When you just hold it, it's just shaking, and I'm so afraid, and I ask assistance not to bring kids here because now it's so dangerous. because we couldn't even type there. You see, this is just shaking now. You see? You see? Yes. Okay. It is not. Oh, it is not strong. So if it is tight, then it can stay here.
It became a cause for this group that we had in May, this Vasayo group, to finish this building for Martha and to provide that for her. And it's because of the spirit that the people felt. It's because of the love that they felt for her and for her children. And so it was decided among the group that we would finish that building for her.
Martha,
Yes.
last week we came to visit you, and you touched our hearts. You touched all of our hearts forever, and we'll never forget that visit. And what we felt from you, it inspired us, and we wanted to give back. And we've reached out around the world, earned enough to build you a roof.
Give you this plaque and just to remember that you put in our hearts to come help you, and God just sent us here for you and you for the children. There you go.
Oh God, thank you so much. Yes, and now I believe that God is a supplier of our needs. Thank you, God. Oh, Jesus. Yes, thank you so much. I didn't expect that in my life. Oh, thank you so much. You are so wonderful people. God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me. He will make a way. Yes, he will make it.
Thank you, Martha.
The lifestyle of the people is that we live with the poor people. So most of the people here around cannot afford to have a good house, and they cannot afford to get their water, clean water in their houses. Generally speaking, the people here have average of income of less than $1 a day. Less than $1 a day. So can you imagine a person going for a casual labor, getting some little money to get something to eat and make the family survive? He has to struggle a lot. They live a life which is, I call it, very desperate. Normally people here live with their livestock. They have chicken, sheep, goats, and cow, and they live with a small hut. They create them with small huts, and some live with them inside their rooms, right? And so they share almost everything, you know. We used to get a lot of dysentery. People used to suffer stomach, and especially children who comes to the church, they were using dirty water, and they used to get sick often.
I live here in Kahe village, 20,000 houses, and in 20,000 houses, probably 80 to 10 houses, they have water tap service. Before we found Huts and Hands in Vasayo, the women used to go long distance to fetch water. And it can take them the whole night. the whole night because we used to have this government water tap in the village, and they used to have maybe one water tap in the whole village. So you can see, as I told you, the big population in the village, 28,000 people with one water tap or two water taps. So there is a long line of women waiting to fetch water. So they spend hours there. If they take much time, their husband, they think that they're cheating because they are taking longer to fetch water and come back. So they think that they're cheating, and many marriages divorced. It was a big problem. In our culture, the kids has to learn how to help their families. They need to do domestic stuff, like go fetch water, take the cow and goes to get grass. Sometimes they kidnap, sometimes they raped. It used to happen. It's a bad thing, but it used to happen. So we have these problems of the kids to go far to fetch water.
Children, the mothers, they used to walk a lot of way to get water. And in the middle way in my office, I used to get a lot of problems that like rape, beating of children, avoiding classes, or others, they don't attend at all. Usually in my community, there is a lot of child labor. Like a girl in the morning, she had to do some work, like go and fetch water. On the way, there are these people who are not good. They rape her, and there are a lot of early pregnancy to those girls. And you can find they couldn't attend school, the family just couldn't take them. Some of them, they are being thrown out of the house. Some of them had died while giving birth because they're very young.
Yeah, before Hassan Hands for Humanity or Vasayo, most people, they dig water down like 20 feet, but the 20 feet water is not good for the use of the human.
The wells that were dug very shallow. With the drill of water which is deep, we are not getting the water that is on the top surface layer, where we can also share with the toilets. Remember, our environment is that we have pit latrine toilets. It's very easy to connect shallow dug wells with these pit latrines, and so the water table mixes up all these things and makes people take very dirty water. So with the deep drilled water, then we go deep and get the clean water which is cannot share with the top surface layer of the water.
The wells were drilled, it was very good. At first the community couldn't believe, because there are so many people, they just come and say, I'll do this, and it's undone. So when they came and started doing that, it gave hope to my community. And also the rate of diseases caused by taking unproven water, which is not medicated, it reduces the rate of diseases.
After getting the pure water, all the disease has disappeared. There is a few numbers of people who suffered that diseases. First of all, there was a reduction of diseases which was due to water, like scabies, typhoid, helminthiasis. There is no problem at all. The drilled water has helped a lot of people, because it has do a great contribution for the health of the people.
Once we got these friends from America, Hassan Hands and Vasayo, they help us to get very deep wells that's 120 feet down. That are very good water.
And also in families, it just gave like love. It has given a girl an opportunity to study hard and get the opportunity to go to school at the right time. The unwanted pregnancy cannot happen to the kids at school because they can't do like walking a mile. The rape case has reduced. So it's just a very good impact in my community, and we are very thankful for that.
Now with Hearts and Hands and Vasayo wells, it can take somebody like 3 to 5 to 7 minutes to get water. We are very lucky to find Hearts and Hands for Humanity and Vasayo, because they help us to get water in almost all of our locations. So if you're Muslim, you go to the mosque, you find a well. If you're Christian, you go to the church, you find a well. If you have kids, they go to primary school, they found wells. So people can go there and get water anytime without any problem. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a good help. It's a blessing. It's a good thing that we don't know, even our government, it can take them how many years to do like Hearts and Hands and Vasayo did. Now we have no problems.
This water gave life to people. It's like, wow, God has come. God bless them, and we are very thankful for that. And we are praying, me and my community are praying for that, for them. Like, it's like they are saviors. What they have done is, it's just giving us love, making us experiencing that. So we are very thankful to that.
I very much thank them. I appreciate so much their donation, and as the church, we keep on praying for them, that God may guide them, protect them from all the serious problems, and we pray for their best in their families.
Soccer in Tanzania in general.
Football.
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 Football on the pitch. Had to learn what a pitch was. That's the field. It's really the only sport they follow over there, and it's big.
It was difficult to run a soccer team in this village before we got these guys from Hearts and Hands and Vasayo.
Abdul introduced us to the soccer field, which was just bare dirt. And he told us how the players were all getting injured because it was just dirt, and it was hard dirt.
Our soccer pitch used to be dry. So if you have a new shoe, it doesn't last long. And if you have a new ball, it doesn't last long.
He explained to us that if we were to drill a well on this one spot, it would be able to provide water for a lot of the village, people that live there in the village, and that they could also water the soccer field. And so we fell in love with that idea, and so we provided this well, and so now they've got a tank there and they water the field.
We plant grass and we change, now the pitch is green, and nowadays once we got the new shoes for the players, it lasts longer, and once we have soccer balls, they last longer, and we have a fence so the cows, the donkey, they're not going inside the pitch. We can play in a very comfortable way, and lots of people want to come because there is no dust. People come clean, and after the game they also clean.
When we were there in May, we had a big soccer tournament, our first annual Hearts and Hands for Humanity and Vasayo soccer tournament. They were in the trees watching the soccer match. It was so much fun. It was so much fun to see these young men out there competing on the soccer field, and to see the grass that we'd helped to provide. And so water does many other things other than just providing, some clean water to drink and for preparing food.
The sports in this village, it helps a lot because we get a lot of youth, a lot of kids together, so that they cannot go outside and hurt themselves or become thieves or become robbers. So they dedicate most of their time, especially those kids from after school. They come straight to the soccer pitch. They play soccer. We have the coach. So they spend most of their time in the pitch instead of doing bad stuff. The final match yesterday was very excited. So we announced that Alan and Valing and their friends from America, they will be coming. So lots of people want to come and see them and join them and be happy together. And a lot of people was happy to see you guys came to the pitch and join us for the final match. At the halftime, we had these funny games and you guys involved. It was fun, it was good. Although our team didn't win yesterday, we were very happy to reach the final and become the second winner.
It's such an honor to be here in Africa. We have 20 of us flew over, and it's just an honor to be able to witness this tonight. And I want to thank Hearts and Hands for Humanity for the clean water and this amazing soccer field. And I want to congratulate the winning team on winning the championship.
The greatest thing that you can do is just get on a plane and come with us, because that'll touch your heart the most, and that's what the Lord needs, is people that He can touch their heart so that they can have a greater impact long term. Donating is a great way of doing that, but just get on a plane and come with us. That's the greatest thing that you can do and experience.
Here we are. Thank you, God, for your faithful. You are so kind. Thank you, God, for bringing those people. They bless us so much.